Dispelling the gloom. Finally, a silver lining in the cloud. The cloud plays, that is. Salesforce just reported another powerful quarter with an even better forecast. Here to break it down is Marc Benioff, the visionary chairman and co-founder and co-CEO of Salesforce. Mr. Benioff, welcome back to Mad Money. Mark, it's good to see you. It looks like that the fears that a lot of people had that maybe this was going to be the big shortfall, the guidance cut, they didn't come true, did they?
Well, Jim, we just had a great quarter here at Salesforce, and I'll tell you, I've got a lot to talk to you about, but before I do, I really have to tell you something really important, which is over the last 2 weeks, we've had just terrible fires here in San Francisco, and I just want to extend my sincere thanks to all of the firefighters, first responders, and my heart is also with the victims and those families who have lost their homes. Over 14,000 families have lost their homes here in San Francisco, Jim, and 500 businesses as well. And more than half of the first responders also lost their homes. At this time of the year, I want everyone to know that they have our sincere gratitude, and our hearts remain with all those who have had such a terrible suffering over the last 2 weeks here at San Francisco.
And how do we help?
With the fires.
How do we help?
Jim, we're giving $2 million today to the victim recovery funds, including the North Valley Community Foundation, and we'd love to encourage others to go ahead and please give to these families who have lost so much.
And we will do that.
Thank you for letting me say that.
And we will do that, absolutely, of course, because that is you. And that's one of the reasons why we've come to expect Salesforce to get the finest people in the country, because that's your top priority. The numbers here are a bit stunning in the sense that you're really still talking about beating numbers by hundreds of millions of dollars, even when people did not expect this to be an important quarter because so many people were worried about a worldwide slowdown. I don't see a slowdown around the globe. As a matter of fact, I see an acceleration, particularly in Europe.
Jim, we see hitting our big goal, which is $22 to $23 billion in revenue within 2 fiscal years by fiscal year 22. And to now tighten that up, here we are, we're giving fiscal year 20 guidance for the first time at $16 billion. We are really excited. Salesforce remains the fastest growing enterprise software company of all time. That's incredible.
Now, for instance, I'm looking at the numbers I compiled for what you could do for fiscal fourth quarter 2019 guidance next quarter. You blew the revenues away in terms of what you gave a forecast. But everyone's focus initially.
It's a great quarter. I mean, Jim, these revenue numbers are incredible, wouldn't you say? It's way beyond our expectations for the quarter.
Right.
It's awesome.
Well, I'm saying that people should be focused on the revenues because that's how I gauge your strength.
Well, you can see we had a great quarter. The third quarter was phenomenal. You see, we're giving phenomenal guidance for the fourth quarter, and I hope, certainly we're all praying and hoping to improve on that, by the way. And now we can see a strong fiscal year ahead in fiscal year 20 as well. I don't think the company has ever been stronger or been in a better position. And the reason why is every company that we're dealing with is going through a huge digital transformation. And every digital transformation, Jim, begins and ends with the customer. And you just look at one of the largest deals we did this quarter is a 9-figure deal with one of the largest banks in the world, and they're just rebuilding how they deal with their customers. That's an amazing story for us, just to see everybody go through this transformation.
A 9-figure deal would mean basically that they're redoing everything that is customer-facing?
Everything that is customer-facing for one of the top 5 financial institutions in the world. And another one that I can give you the actual name for is doing something just as exciting as Citibank. And Michael has done a fantastic job as CEO of Citi. We've been working on the retail transformation there. And this quarter, they opened the door for us, and now we're doing the wealth transformation as well. We couldn't be more excited about everything that Citibank is doing.
Okay, that's Michael Corbat as the CEO. So I think there's people who are trying to understand the enthusiasm that, I've had for your stock since it was at $8. They're trying to figure out, okay, well, why does Citi need Einstein Analytics? Why do they need a marketing cloud? I mean, it's just a bank.
Well, every company is transforming their relationship with their customer. And we're going from a world where if you don't have a digital one-on-one relationship with your customer, you're just not going to be that successful. And you can look at some of the huge successes that we've had in the quarter. And I've got some great stories to tell you, Jim. But, one of the stories that I love is Uber. Of course, we've all called our Uber. Well, Uber has a tremendous need to have a relationship not only with you, the consumer, but also with the driver, their own internal operations. that's been an exciting story with us. And as we've been able to improve our relationship with Dara and other executives in the company, we've seen them really transform their relationships with their customers.
All right, so I know you guys have a lot of partnerships. Last time I saw you was out there, we were very excited about the Apple partnership. Does that produce results, or is that a 2-3 year transformation?
Apple has been a great opportunity for us. We've worked on that for so long. Of course, we all use our Apple products all the time at Salesforce. Now we have a strategic alliance with Apple. We're encouraging our customers to do what we do, which is take their information on the road. All of our products work natively now on iOS. We have the ability to automate every enterprise around that incredible platform, and we see customers doing that. I'll tell you a great story during the quarter, Jim, was ServiceMaster. This is a company that has a lot of brands, but you might know some of them like Terminix and others. This is a huge field service operation, but it's also the integration of their call center, their contact center. They're trying to build a 360-degree view of the customer. So, of course, you're working with their technicians in the field. They need to have a strong institutional memory view back in headquarters. That's a digital transformation that is so exciting for so many companies where they protect their homes.
Well, I got to ask you, there is a sense on Wall Street, very different from when we were out there, frankly, that the whole customer relations management, that also the data center, all the analytics have slowed, that the transformation has slowed. How is that disconnect possible?
Well, you can look in all the CRM companies. I mean, we're the largest and most important CRM company in the world. We're number one in CRM by market share and revenue, and by, as you can see, again, by revenue growth. But look, it's a big industry, and all the players are doing well because every company is going through this customer transformation. Who's not going through a customer transformation? And everywhere I go in the world, this is happening, and it's been going on, and it's not going to stop anytime soon. And you said it right. It's about sales, it's about service, it's about marketing, it's about commerce, it's about analytics, it's about applications, it's about building community. Or in the case of one of a great customer that we have, DuPont, it's about integration. And we have this fantastic acquisition this year, Mulesoft.
Right.
And, the ability to integrate everything together. This is so important for so many of our customers.
No, I know you're working with Ed Breen to make that happen over the three-way split. I want one last thing.
Great executive, Ed Breen.
He's fabulous. Any sense that we've had Tim Cook call for regulation? You've been at the vanguard of saying that perhaps Facebook has not been as customer-centric. Is there any way they can redeem themselves? Do they need a big change? Do they need someone at the top or chairman who understands the importance of the customer as opposed to the data?
Well, Jim, you know that every company has to hold themselves to a new level of trust. And if your brand is not about trust, you're gonna have customer issues. And you can see that in that brand, but you can also see their executives are walking out, employees are walking out. And that happens with a lot of companies in tech right now. We've had a lot of walkouts this quarter, Jim. And the reason why is because it's kind of a message to the executives. It's time to transform. And let me tell you why that is. Because in technology over the last 2 decades, the most important thing has been the idea. That is, the best idea wins. That has been what gets you funded. That's how you grow your company. That's been your highest value. The best idea wins. No longer true. The current highest value is trust. And if trust is not your highest value, if the most important thing to you and your company is not trust, you need to look again. And that's what's happening with these companies today.
Well, I think trust also is good for business, as well as being good for the soul.
Absolutely. Thank you, Jim.
Benioff,
I totally appreciate that.
Chairman and co-CEO of Salesforce with
Great
a very
to see
big
you, Jim.
guide
Happy
up.
holidays.
Same to you, Mark. And let's remember what he said about the firefighters, first responders in the city. They cannot be left to just their own devices. Thank you, Marc Benioff. What a quarter. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.